How'd it feel out there yesterday in the exhibition?
Felt really good. My first college game, so I was a little nervous. Number 0 definitely welcomed me to college basketball. Um, but yeah, it was a good time.
What were your expectations compared to reality?
Um, we got off to a slow start. I didn't think we would go down that much, but um, I thought we fought back, and we did fight back and played pretty well. So I guess that was my expectation, was just to start better. So.
Right, what was the feeling when you're down 20?
Yeah.
Nobody panicked. It's exhibition, but still, you're down 20 points. That's a
Yeah.
big group to make up.
I don't think any of our guys panicked. Cam Kerfman really in the locker room got on us in a good way. He wasn't blaming anybody, but he was yelling at us to get our stuff together. So, yeah.
Does that kind of leadership and experience
Yeah.
help you in your first college game?
Oh, 100%. Playing behind Cam and even Kevon. Kevon helps me a lot. Cam helps me a lot. Honestly, no one on this team really degrades me because I'm a freshman. They all kind of bring me up. So.
Coach was talking before we went on camera about how defense kind of spurs your comeback. I mean, that's where it starts, right? I mean, is that sort of what was the catalyst for your comeback?
Yeah, I mean, our offense will always be there. It's just if we set the tone on defense. So.
What do you take from yesterday to move into Wednesday when you get another chance in the exhibition?
I think Wednesday we got to start out better. I mean, I don't even know if I could said that, but we got to pay attention more to scouting reports too, I feel like. So.
What's the biggest difference for you? Just, getting into a big environment and playing, and as opposed to when you're in high school?
Yeah, the speed of the game definitely is a lot quicker. Guys are a lot stronger. In high school I used to be the bigger guy on the court. Now I'm the smallest. So that's the difference. But the environment is great. So.
How do you adjust your game? You can't just get bigger faster, right?
Yeah, I mean, I lost a lot of weight, but they got me quicker. But I got my shot quicker as well. But I got to learn how to move my finishes. Coach Dan will probably tell you about that. But yeah.
Probably hard not to lose weight when you're running as much as you do in this system, right?
Yeah, yeah. That summer I had a rough couple workouts, so in a good way.
How much fun is that system? And do you sense that wears on other teams when you guys run at them like that, fast and furious?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely fun offense to play in. I just think over time we just wear them down. I feel like we're in pretty good shape as a team, so. Yeah.
Well, somebody asked me what my expectations were. Was I happy with what happened? And that's a yes and no, because I don't expect to be down 20 points. Every shot that we shoot, I think we're making. Every defensive play, I think we're defending. So when they don't meet that expectations, I'm not totally happy at the end of the game. But you ask about, and I've told them since I've been here, our game, the way we play, you can be down 20 or ahead 20, game's not over. It's not over. You got to play. Everybody goes on runs with the way we play. There's multiple possessions. It's fast-paced, quicker shots. More fun, I think, if you like roller coasters, more fun for the fans. It's not a merry-go-round. It's not a slugfest. The ball's going up and down. Never out of the game. Never. And I think we proved that last year. We were down 11 or 12 points with about 30 seconds or 40 seconds, something like that, and end up coming back and winning. So, and winning by more than one. So, it can. Our game that we play is that way, and I enjoy coaching it. It has some highs and has some lows, but it's enjoyable. These kids love it, and they come out and play.
Now that you've had a few hours to look at it, think about it, what's your evaluation?
Well, we've got to be, we're searching for leadership, and that was what we lost. The talent to play our system well is there. It always has been. We lost John Elmore and CJ. We came back with Tavion and Andy. Yeah, there's always going to be that way. Ever since I've been coaching the high school, we had some of the top scorers leave and top players, all-state players, and next man up, and they always kind of did. And we have the talent here to play this system as well as any team that we've had. Now the question becomes leadership, and I think that's the thing that makes or breaks a team. We took a step up. We were in scrimmage, and day before or 2 days maybe day before the exhibition game, and the second group was putting it on our first group, and so I gave them a tongue lashing. I put them to the baseline, gave them, I shouldn't say a tongue lash. I tried to be very strong about what they were doing, and in doing so, I looked at Cam, and I'm doing your job. So you figure that out. I shouldn't be this guy. You should be doing this. And from what I understand, the halftime they walked in, he accepted that responsibility. And that's what we're looking for, is that leadership in the locker room and guide how we're going to play and how we're going to compete every play all the time. We have some people coming in, and this will be their biggest challenge. Kevon came from a very slower paced, and he has a tendency we run to the corners, he has a tendency to drift halfway instead of get all the way there. Cam played at Indiana State, and he had a tendency to bring the ball up the court and let everything settle. We don't play like that. We push it, speed's coming. They know what we're doing. We're organized. And again, I use that when I coached high school. It's organized chaos. We're organized, but we're going to create chaos because we're coming. And Cam Kirkman, who came, that's the way they played. So he didn't have the big adjustment. Those two have a pretty good size, and Nate has a pretty size adjustment in that they came from slower paced teams. But when you get good kids who are willing to be coached, it won't take them long. They'll figure it out. So we're working through that right now, and I think we'll get there.
You can show them that in practice. Seeing the need for it against another opponent, though, probably drives it home a little more.
Always, and you'll have to drive it home again and again. It's not like an open door and you walk through it and then you shut it. No, it'll pop open again, and we'll have to find a way to get back on them a little bit more and remind them of how we play. And so it's a ongoing process for a little while. I don't think you do it at one time. They may come out this next game and do it, and 3 games later, we got to go back into the rehab mode, so it happens, but eventually it becomes part of who they are, and coaches can step back out of it and players take control, and you win a lot more games that way.
Dan, do you kind of anoint a leader when you have new guys, or does it kind of evolve? How does that work?
Well, I'm always, Keith, I'm always late at about anything when I'm making decisions. I've found that I'm as right as much as I am wrong sometimes, and sometimes my dad always said, you get out there and coach a whole lot, you'll be as right as you are wrong. If you coach a little less, you won't have as many times you're wrong. So I weigh a little bit. It's like shooting. I don't correct what I look at a person and I say, well, he doesn't shoot the ball very well, and he's got bad form. Some coaches, maybe, I don't know, I'm saying this and I don't know, but they may jump in, or some people may jump in and say, you need to fix that right now. I like to look to see if he can shoot the way he does it. Because what's the guy that on the golf swing that gets up here and hitches?
Jim Furyk.
There you go. You take that hitch out, he might not be in the PGA. So you kind of wait and see a little bit. Same thing with leaderships. I let it evolve a little bit and see who kind of naturally does it. So that's kind of the way I've been all my life. I just kind of let people do it sometimes, and you learn, because sometimes their way's better than your way. It's not always I got all the answers. I don't. I've been doing this 50 years, and I think a person that steps up and said I got all the answers, probably the biggest mistake he's made all his life. And so I don't have all the answers. I think I'm pretty good at what I do, but I think what makes me pretty good is that I don't have all the answers, and I know it. And I look around and let people help me. They make me better. I've told my assistant coaches, look, you got to coach, and don't do everything I say, because if you're only doing what I say, I'm only as good as I am. I said, y'all go do. Let me see what y'all doing, and then if I don't like it, we'll talk. But I want them to add to everything. I give them a lot of freedom. Same thing with players. They'll teach me a lot of times. I learned a lot from Steve Nash. I promise you. And then, if I'd jumped in and said, Steve, you're doing that wrong. How good was that been? So, and you can learn from a fourth grader, and you can learn from a pro. Just probably a little more at the pro level, but you can still, if you shut it down, I just don't think you grow as a person. And I never have been one. And when I stop doing that, I probably need to retire.
About a guy like Ryan Nutter, what's his adjustment period been? He's not coming from another college, but high school kid that is coming and
Well, nobody recruited him, they say. He got hurt. He didn't play a lot his senior year. He played hurt most of the time. I saw him in camp here, and what I saw was a competitive, feisty little guy, who had enough skill to get what he needs to do if he plays with the fire that's in his belly. A little bit like Jared West when I watched him for years. And so when he came here, we got him to lose weight. That was the first thing. Call him a few names and tease him a little bit. But he lost about 10, 15 pounds, got quicker. He adjusts real well when we talk to him, and we talk to him about he's dropping his shot, he was dropping his shot down before he took it up to shoot. Told him like that, boom, it's right there now. He doesn't drop it because he can't have extra motion. He doesn't have the super speed. So he needs to have every motion that he has that has no extra in it. And he did that really well, accepted it really well. I'm working on him. He was talking to y'all about finishes, and he's used to high school powering shots and power left high school, and he holds on to it too long and he gets blocked, and he's got to learn that either I'm throwing the quick pass out or I'm getting a quick shot up, and he's got to learn to make those. It's a tougher shot, but it can be done, and he's capable of doing it. So I'm impressed with his fire in his belly. He brought it. He's one of the guys I pick out after I gave him the strong encouragement a couple of days ago. I said, there's 3 players playing hard enough right now for us to win a championship. That's Nutter, a freshman, Cam Kerfman, and Nate. I go, the rest of you boys need to pick a game up. And when you can do that with a freshman, that's pretty good.
So is that starting 5, your starting 5, or?
There's nothing in this world permanent, including me as the coach here.
Did you like Nate's play?
Did I like Nate's play? It was tough. That's a tough game for him because they switch everything, and they were letting. I had a discussion with the referee about the little guy that was guarding him. I said, just because you're little doesn't mean you get to push. And so that was a tough game for him, but. I like everything. Again, he's another one that'll battle. He's strong. He'll compete, and he plays the game the right way. He knows how to play. So it's a quick transition and a good one for us. And I think it's helped us because he is a little faster up the court than Micah was. He doesn't have the rim protection, obviously. Y'all saw the charge calls they made, so the new rule is going to make it difficult to have charges. So those guys that are used to getting down in front and taking charges got to learn to get off their feet and go straight up. Nutter, I think, and that's one of his mainstays. I think he had 2 blocks that last year would have been called charges. So they just got to get off their feet a little bit, be a little smarter how to set up for a charge. But I'm happy with Nate until I'm not. There's nothing permanent. So you do the best you can to give Marshall the best look possible.
You like that new rule?
Yeah, I do, and they do it off the ball too, which helped us because what we found when we were rolling, they were bringing somebody in, so he's looking back for the ball and they're setting up for charges and not making a play on the ball. I always felt like they should be making a play on the ball. So overall, yes. Are there times I'm going to be fussing? Yeah, probably. So, like I said, there's nothing pure in this world that I know of. So it's give and take a little bit, but I think overall for the game of basketball, it's good. And it'll all go down to the referees call it well. They got to call it right too.
Ball movement for you guys better in the second half as opposed to the first?
It was because of the defense. The floor started opening up. We're faster paced. We got on them about bringing the ball up the floor and starting things, getting it off the rim, and our guards running, not waiting back for the ball, take off. And then, because our bigs are capable of dribbling length of floor. So it's no problem. We tell our bigs when they get down there, if it gets a little hairy, pick it up. If not, dribble over and give it to your teammate, but start our stuff while they're trying to transition back. And if we get that down pat, because Nate can take it up full court, Obina's getting better at it, Chase can do it, Toussaint can do it, Wyatt can do it, and Jacob can do it. All those guys are capable of going. So if we get our corners down, what you don't want to do is have your corners stop at the foul line, because when you do that, your bigs are up here coming down. You got the ball. There's 4 people straight across. You got to create jagged edges. So if you bring them down, that pulls the defense down. Now you got gaps that you can explore. So we had a couple of kids who haven't been here that were into the mode where they came from. And we have to get them down there, and they will. They'll accept it. The day practice looked good, but it's not an open door shut. I probably have to remind them again sometime. I don't know when, so we'll see.
Yeah, how do you measure growth from yesterday's game into what you expect to see on Wednesday?
Well, obviously we don't want to go down 20, but it could. So how does an optimist like me look at it? We were down 20 and didn't fold. It was good. Or you could say, well, hey, we're doing down 20. Which way you want to look at it, whatever. If you don't like me, you're probably going, they should have been down 20. If you like me, you say, what a hell of a comeback. What did he say to him? I don't know, whatever. Whatever they want to say. You can go it either way. But I think Adam said it best. Last year, won 24 games, right? Most ever here. Didn't end up like we wanted, but we won the most regular season games on a schedule. It was in the top half, strength-wise. A lot of people want to say it's real easy. No, it was in the top half, strength-wise. And we played Glenville out here and beat them, tore right to the end for the last minute, and won 24 games. This team won by 30, probably a little better team than that Glenville team. And we won by 30. So hopefully that will happen again here. That'll carry out. There's no guarantee, because I don't believe in momentum. I know you do, but I don't. One game and then it's over. You got to play the next game. It doesn't carry unless you play good the next time, and then all y'all right. Oh, it's carryover. It's momentum. If we play bad, you go, well, momentum's gone. So you win. You can't win either way you want to go. Can't win.